Show you guys some items that my father and myself picked up over this past weekend at two estate sales. The first one we went to had a lot of sports memorabilia, toys, plushies. I'll show you those. The second one had a lot of hats. So this is what we picked up. Now, I live in Connecticut. I'm a big, huge New York Yankees fan. And in Connecticut, you can either be a Yankees fan, a Mets fan, or a Red Sox fan. That's usually how it goes. And it usually depends as to what part of Connecticut you live in. So I live down close towards the New York borderline, and the Yankees are my favorite team. So we picked up a bunch of Yankees yearbooks. This is from 1977. It has Chris Chambliss on the front. 1978 yearbook. I love this one because the cards inside are still intact. Usually when you find these, the cards are missing or torn. A 1980 Yankees yearbook and 1981 Yankees yearbook. And whoever had this from before kept these nice with these little binder sleeves. Now I'll move on to the Mets ones we picked up because there are a good number of Mets fans that live here in Connecticut. So we've got a 1976 yearbook of the Mets, 1978, 1979, 1980, and then this one is a 1984 Mets calendar. Other items we picked up, I just got this because it's new and sealed. It's a Sports Memories album, so I'll figure out how much to resell this on eBay. It's not for me, so I just figure I'll resell that. Other items we picked up, I just found this to be interesting. It's an old price guide for baseball cards. I think it's from the late 70s, early 80s. Couple of baseball sticker yearbooks. Some of them have the stickers inside here, but I just thought pick these up for like nostalgia wise. We got Doc Gooden on the front, Gary Carter on the front of that one, George Brett on that one there with Pete Rose, and of course Reggie Jackson. All right, so after that, picked up some comic book graphic novels. This one is Thor, Miami Vice Remix, big graphic novel Transformers, and then a book of Star Wars, The Essential Guide to Alien Species. Found this to be very interesting. This is a vintage comic book puzzle from 1981 made by Nordevco. It goes for around 15-20 bucks on eBay, and it appears to be, I haven't researched it all yet, but it appears to be all intact. I don't think that anything is missing, but I'll go through it and double check before I decide to relist it and sell it on eBay. And usually I tend to stay away from plushies and animal toys. But when you see them like new with tags, the tags are not ripped off, and they don't want a lot of money for them, I'll get them. So this one here is Super Mario Brothers plushie. Tag is still on it. A little bit dirty, but can probably be cleaned up a little bit. This one here, I remember watching one of those claymation shows or animation shows from the 60s and 70s, where you had this guy, the Abominable Snowman, and all those Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, animation movies. So, and the Island of Misfit Toys. I remember that, watching that when I was a kid. And this is a special one, Happy 2000 New Year. So this is already 20 years old, new with the tags. And then surprisingly, I picked up all these. And Russ is a good brand. These are all Russ toys. They're all Abominable Snowman Yeti toys. All new with tags. Some of these go for like $12 to $25 each. So I picked up two of this guy. Some of them are duplicates too of that one. They all have like different colored faces and so forth. And then there's this small little puppy one over here. Little Dalmatian, and that's also by Russ. So pick that up. I'll show you the sports cards in a second, but here's some of the ones I pulled out. I'll show you that we ended up picking up over 15,000 sports cards. These are some of the stars I pulled out. I haven't gone through all of it yet. There's many cards to go through, and it just takes time. It's very tedious and time consuming. But we have like a whole complete A set from the 1990s. You know, not worth a whole heck of a lot, but it has Dennis Eckersley in it. It has Mark McGuire's in here as well too. I didn't see Canseco and Ricky Henderson, so it's possible that maybe in '93 they may have been traded to another team. And also over here we have some vintage Star Wars cards I pulled out. We have some vintage Dick Tracy cards I pulled out. I haven't gone through these yet. These are hockey cards. Some are still in the package. They've been opened up, but the person put them back into the package, so I have to go through those, pull out the stars. Yeah, mostly I'll just be looking for like Wayne Gretzky as the main star. And some basketball I have to go through too. Got an old Yankees patch. Got a couple of buttons. We have Louisiana Lightning, Ron Guidry. We have a New York Giants. We have a couple of guys from the Mets from the 70s. We have Jim Rice, Hall of Famer with the Red Sox. We have a couple of old buttons and pins over here. What else can I show you? Over here, we have some like Nestle Crunch or Nestle ice cream bar cards still sealed. So this one has Chipper Jones in it. A couple of those. And Mike Piazza. A couple of Mike Piazza. So both of those guys are in the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds, who I think eventually he will get into the Hall of Fame, despite steroid controversy. And I think A-Rod will get in as well, too, And who knows, maybe Sammy Sosa will, too, because there's a couple of cards of him in. And then some miscellaneous, like, rap music cards. Some football stars. A couple of Gretzky's I pulled out. Some vintage, like G.I. Joe cards that are in here. I think these are not magnets, but they kind of look like it, but it's some special cards of Anthony Penny Hardaway. And then moving over to these hats. These hats I picked up at another estate sale, and I got a total of 7 hats. They're all used, but in like brand new condition, and the guy that we got these from, he said he only wore these once, so I'll take his word for it. I mean, none of these bills are bent, they're still straight, and he has on some of them the original cardboard with it as well too, and some of them still have the logo sticker on the bill as well. So I picked up this Ajax soccer one from the Netherlands, from Amsterdam, Holland. I thought that was kind of cool to get. Picked up Miami Hurricanes, Miami Canes football one. And as you see, the little logo sticker is still on there. I picked up this St. Louis Cardinals one because normally these hats are in red and white, but I thought that was unique to see it in this kind of color. And he still has the logo on there. Picked up a 1996 All-Star Weekend basketball hat. And then the ones in the back here, we have a different color for the Orlando Magic on their hat. And this team used to be in my state of Connecticut, Hartford Whalers hockey team. And then they're now called the Memphis Grizzlies, but at one time they were the Vancouver Grizzlies. And as you can see, this guy still has the original backing cardboard in the back there. Back to the first house, I forgot to show you, I also picked up this Vermont teddy bear, new of tags. I had to check out the price of that. Picked up this pink vintage Power Rangers McDonald's toy. So I remember not even seeing this, but this is like from the 1990s. So it's a vintage Power Rangers toy, and I know Power Rangers are popular. Other toys I ended up getting, I'm gonna show you, is he had like 2 big buckets of toys. So I just picked this one up of Batman Beyond. I believe that's Gold Dust from wrestling. I don't know who this guy's name is, but that's also from wrestling. Picked up a few Power Rangers toys. These are from, I believe, 1994 Bandai. You know, if they're missing the weapons, if they came with any, then they are. But I'll probably be able to sell them loose to a collector. So I got red Power Ranger, green, which is here, and you just saw the yellow one. There was a blue one, but his arm was broken, so I left him. From Batman, we have Batman's villain, Bane. All right, and then we have Beast from the X-Men. We have a Batman, a rubber toy. And we have from The Fifth Element. I can't think of her name, but I know the actress is Mila Jovovich. I thought that was kind of cool to see that in the toy bin. And this one here, I have the research. I do not know what this toy is, but it does say Bandai, I think from 1993 or 94. So if you guys happen to know what the name of this sunflower creature guy is, let me know in the comments, because I'd be very curious to find out if this is a rare toy or not. Anyway, I just thought it was kind of unique to get that. And then moving over to the sports cards, 3 boxes that we filled up. They were in a huge tub and bin. So my father organized these, and he started to at least. And so we have, you know, like 1977 tops, 1977 tops, 78, 79, 80, bunch of 80s tops. This is not a whole complete set of 89 Fleer, but it's, you know, missing probably some of the stars. But we haven't gone through all this yet, but a lot of vintage cards from the 70s and 80s. Probably not going to be a lot of main rookie cards here. Probably going to be mostly like minor stars and commons. But, you know, if you sell these things add up. And sometimes people want to hand build or complete a set, and so they need like a particular card. So we basically got these as like filler cards. You're looking for a particular card, we may have it. Be sure to check me out on eBay. I'm known as Treasures in My Home. I'm on Twitter as eBay_man, and of course I'm here on Instagram as eBayman David. Thanks for watching, guys.